Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we recap the ABV Barrel Shop's big 2-year anniversary celebration. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Jeff Andreezy, Tim Swyatt, and Kathy Cool.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey. Premature applause there, Beka Sue. I was so happy for the 2-year anniversary. I couldn't contain myself.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, it was exciting.
Shut the fuck up.
It was a big weekend and a lot of fun. We'll talk about that after the break. The bottom line is what comes out of this, if nothing else, is we've created an event that we're going to do every year. I mean, this is unbelievable. It was a huge success. Much of it accidental. I mean, not accidental in that just how we planned it, it worked out. That's the accidental part. It just, everything we did, we're firing on all cylinders. So fun stuff, and we think we can get even bigger and better next year. We'll get to that, though, after the break. For right now, Beka said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that?
This was something that I just randomly thought about because the whiskey glass that I've been drinking out of for weeks, I don't know. I just want to know, are you guys down to continuously use the same glass without cleaning it when it is bourbon?
Oh.
Because this has literally been sitting here for, I don't know, like 2 months probably. And it's just the one that's sitting right next to where I podcast at. No one else is using it. I'm pretty positive. It's
pretty
just
sure.
Pretty sure. And I drink all of it. And so like there's like some chapstick around it.
Sure.
But it's, alcohol it's clean. It's a cleaning solution, right? So, I mean, really, it's relatively clean. For the most part, like there's no bugs in it.
No bugs.
I just want to know, are you guys down to continuously reuse a glass? And it's just because it's upstairs and I just haven't been bringing it downstairs to our dishwasher. And not obviously, I don't mean someone else's glass, although I think that maybe Royce has used this once or twice, but are you guys down to, this actually might have been your glass, Steve. I have no idea.
It might be. It might be.
Are you down to use a glass that, you had sitting out, or do you think that's just disgusting and it needs to be washed every end of the night? It's getting in the dishwasher. You will not be reusing a glass you've been.
I know what Steve's gonna say.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I can't do something like that. Right? I would freak out. So even though I get the cleansing element, the antisepticness of bourbon, I get it. But that's not my thing. So
I always drink my highest proof at the end of the night. So it's really getting clean.
Right.
Keep in mind, this is also coming from a guy who carries around his own fork everywhere he goes.
This is true.
That's the fork of cleanliness of everybody else.
Carry around a fork. I have to wash my hands if I go out to the trash can. Like even if I'm just taking cardboard boxes out and the trash can lid's open, I just throw it. But I was out there near the trash can. I have to wash my hands when I come in. I mean,
that's different.
Our very own Howie Mandel.
I guess. I don't know. It just feels like I need to do that. That's part of it. So it's the ritual.
So I've got my bottles stashed around depending on where I'm sitting, and I've got the smoke shack out in the garage for the winter, and there's a couple bottles, and I have a little Glencairn out there, and sometimes I don't want to pull out of the bottle. Sometimes I'm feeling fancy, so I want to drink out of a glass. That glass has been out there all winter. I use it. I tip it over at the end of the night so bugs or critters or whatever don't get in it.
Oh, God. I'm feeling queasy.
I like your style, Jeff.
That's rustic.
I like it.
It's rustic.
Even turns this upside down. I just let it like solidify at the very bottom, that little the whiskey spot at the bottom.
Whiskey
It's
spot.
that whiskey
And then
spot.
guess what? I've drank it away now. Currently, but there'll be a new one by the next time podcast.
Infinity spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had an event where a lot of people were drinking smoky scotch, and I left the glasses out overnight because it wasn't like, I don't want to. The next day, it smelled like cigarette ashtrays in the whole place. It was terrible.
It's
tremendous.
We need to discontinue that. We've created something better. We need to get rid of that, just as we got rid of our rotary phones. That's scotch. I'm telling you, is the rotary phone of whiskey. So, yeah. Tim, what about you?
Not believing that scotch is the rotary phone of whiskey over here. However, I am notoriously not one to put my Glencairns in a dishwasher, so I hand wash everything.
Really?
So it depends on my. Yes, I still hand wash every single one of them. I get my middle finger in there to get the little whiskey spot, got the little brown spot, got to give it a little attention, clean it up.
Oh my God, that sounded so dirty and gross.
I know. I was like, gotta get my finger down in there.
Yeah, you got to get it nice and deep, like. However, with that said, I am consuming my whiskey out of a rinsed glass from the last time I podcasted 2 Fridays ago. So I rinse it out every time. Off camera, you may hear the sink going on below me, but no, this is a rare occasion. But I do like to leave them out overnight to smell, give me a nice little air freshener in the kitchen and things like that. But I do hand wash that glass. And this is a rare occasion where you catch me drinking out of a glass that I have not already hand washed.
Okay. All right. Kathy, your last but not least, what do you think?
I'll leave them out, but I don't drink out of them again. I take it, put it in the dishwasher, and then drink a fresh one.
That's a normal person there, folks.
It's not that big of a deal.
Congratulations, Kathy.
I'm not saying drink out of some
the only normal one
Joe
besides me.
Schmo's glass.
You're the only normal one besides me, Kathy.
I mean, not that I've not done that, but I'm just saying, in general, you should.
You're going to get a shanker. You're going to get a shanker.
A shanker? Someone's going to shank me?
No, it's
I'm gonna get like a fucking herpy on my face.
Yeah, you're gonna get one of those. A shanker.
I'm not doing it like all the time. It's usually a reputable.
Someone's gonna be over there.
Oh, so you're telling me, Steve, that you never ever are at a whiskey event where someone's handing around a glass with like, oh my God, you gotta taste this, and you're like, oh, I couldn't possibly.
Yes, I'm thinking that in my mind.
But you do drink it, so guess what?
I gotta be part of society.
We'll have the old herp face together then, Steve.
I think I got a shanker out of the last one. I got a shanker.
Yeah, the moonshine event where there was a mason jar
we're
passed around.
Literally passing around a jar of with moonshiners.
With moon, you know how many shankers I got out of that one? Oh,
yeah, we didn't catch anything
that was
then.
A shanker month after that.
It was 120 proof, so it's probably killing anything that touched it. But
correct. But you still kissed every guy in there.
What?
It's all around the rim, man.
Everybody
is known for kissing all the men.
Yes. Well, that reminds me of I was at Jimmy Buffett concert when Margaritaville pulled into town in Alpine Valley, Wisconsin, and there was some very scantily clad women walking around with their coconut bras and a jug of key lime pie, handing it out to all the dudes, and they're all drinking it from there. And so then they come to our party. I'm like, oh, no, thanks. They're like, oh, you're prude. Oh, you don't want to drink. I said, no, I just don't want to kiss every guy in here. Then what does some knucklehead in my group do? Grabs it and drinks it right out of the jug, the milk jug. And I'm like, he's like, I'm like, you realize what you just did? I said, you don't see them drinking out of it, do you? It's like, well, no. I'm like, you just kissed every dude in here.
Oh God.
Oh,
He started
Tim.
vomiting since then. So he did not look good for the rest of the night. Decisions were
Right,
made
because it was
correct.
fucking key lime pie.
Right?
Right.
That
Yeah,
sounds
and
like
he had
I'm
a
gonna
bunch of
fucking
shakers.
vomit from that.
He had a bunch of festering chancers. Yeah,
That's
it
right.
happens.
Yeah, you don't.
That's
Guess
right.
what? I'm pretty sure that the herp doesn't induce vomiting.
It does. It does.
No, it doesn't.
No,
That's
it's
an
That's
early
called
sign.
the
sign.
sugar and the fucking
That's
bullshit.
an early sign.
No, that was sugar and all the bullshit that's in a key lime pie. Fucking bullshit. Artificial flavor, artificial sugar,
Vodka.
fucking liquor. If it would have been some real man shit,
I would
have been fine.
I was thinking it was what induced the vomiting was the mental regret of what you just did.
Oh
There it is.
my God, guys.
Yeah,
Get over it.
artificial sweetener and the mental regret. That's
Oh God.
Yeah.
good call, Tim.
Yeah, I bet that Tim's never drank from a glass that other people are drinking from either.
Oh yeah.
Never ever.
Very few occasions. Got to be family.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
We'll see at the next event that we that I see Tim at, and he's had a couple too many. Hey Tim, have some of this one. Tim, have a little bit of this. Have a little bit of this one, Tim. I'm just gonna see how many times I can have numerous guys drink out of the same glass.
Oh yeah.
I will be up to that challenge, and you will lose that bet.
Oh,
Whoa.
we'll see.
Whoa. We'll see.
We shall see.
We'll see. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Beka. Beka, what do you got there?
I am drinking. Let me grab it. It is. Let's see here. This is a single barrel of New Riff. Do I know anything about it? Selected for VBM. Dragon Fruit is what it says.
Okay.
Picked by Brittany. I don't know who the fuck Brittany is, Royce. No, I'm just
By
kidding.
Brittany.
I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Okay. Okay. Solid. It was solid. It could be enough. We'll see. Jeff looks like he's ready to go. We'll have him go next.
Yeah, I got one here. So picked this one up yesterday. I've got some Isanti Spirits Sunken Bobber. That's their straight bourbon
Okay.
whiskey. She's a tight one. Squeaky.
Oh, whoa. Jeff's bringing it tonight. He's got the lead. Kathy's next.
I'm going to open up my Planter's Grandpa's Truck.
Okay. All right. Special bottle from Mr. Demetrius Kane.
Oh boy.
Oh, we have a new leader. We have a new leader.
Wow.
Yes.
If any whiskey deserves to win, it's this whiskey.
That
There you
one.
go. There you go.
That was
That's
it.
definitely
That
a
was a
special one. That's definitely a special
Classic
one.
pop right there.
Yeah, I've got Revival from High Wire. Let's see what we got here. No, nothing going on there. Tim, you're last but not least. You can bring this thing home if you can.
I
you can
will.
beat
I will
Kathy here.
definitely lay down to Kathy's one here, but I am enjoying a bottle of Neely Family Distillery 8-year seasoned.
Okay.
The ABV Barrel Shop. Thank you very much for this barrel pick. Slide on the set.
Nothing there.
Oh, gorgeous.
Nothing. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, sure. So cheers to Kathy. She wins. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the ABV Barrel Shop's 2-year anniversary celebration. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show. Danny, though, you are between Jim and Victory. What do you got?
I have an Indiana. Right?
Sure, Danny.
Tumble dice.
Cumble Dice. Yes, I love Cumble Dice. I'm sure that's the name of the brand, Cumble Dice. Sure.
Tumble dice.
Oh, Tumble Dice. Okay.
Yes.
That's
Freddie Mills of Ruse.
Okay. Freddie Mills of Ruse.
So we're about to pop it.
No, that was all desk is what that was. All desk, no pop. Jim wins. So Jim, you got it there, man.
Hey.
Congrats, Jim.
Cheers, gang.
Oh my God, this is horrible.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about the ABV Barrel Shop's 2-year anniversary.
Yes, we are. So we had a fun weekend. So there was kind of two different, maybe you could even say, well, I think two is the right amount. Two different experiences. We had a weekend pass, which allowed you to come to many different events, including like panel discussions, barrel release parties, private parties and things like that. And we had a mini whiskey festival. So that was one of the experiences that you could do. You could be really just everything that we were doing for the weekend. Then there was I guess you could just purchase a whiskey festival pass. So we did 3 2-hour sessions where people got to go through, and it was on the speakeasy side, and there was 14 different distilleries in there, pouring whiskey, talking to fans and that type of thing. And you had a sheet that you could fill out, and if you wanted to buy anything, you just take that sheet over to the barrel shop side and hand the sheet over to Darren and Amy, who are running that kind of side, and they pull the bottles for you and then ring them out. So that was pretty cool. And then I guess the last one, we did have a free experience too, where you could just come in, go to the ABV Barrel Shop. We had different things that we were pouring out, different samples and things like that from different distilleries. Some of our friends' distilleries are represented, and then we were doing cake and stuff like that. And then there was just people just hanging out. They wanted to be part of the big celebration. We had a food truck, so we had this great food truck that came there, and they were, unbelievable food.
What kind of food?
Hawaiian. So really,
oh yeah, that's right.
Really a cool
Ohana Foods or something like that. That sounded great.
Yeah. So
Ohana something, yeah.
Yeah, and they not only did a great job, and there's some history there too. So there was a kind of a combination of our 2-year anniversary celebration, and then also a lot of it was dedicated to celebrating the life of our co-founder Jim Fosnot. And what's cool is the tie-in to the truck. I know the owner of the truck, but I know him because he used to work for Jim. So he used to work at Total Wine. He was a former employee of Jim. He decided to go off and with his wife and start this food truck. Hugely successful. Their food is phenomenal. We're going to have them at every one of our big events moving forward.
That's awesome.
I mean, and I'll tell you what, Jeff, he's a barbecue guy, and he would appreciate this. I mean, I'm sure he's had some great, pulled pork and all the things that he was making there. But the Hawaiian twist on it is really good and just solid. It's authentic.
So good.
It's authentic.
Yep.
So
What makes it Hawaiian? What's the nuance there?
Well, I'm not Hawaiian, number one, but it's that Kahlua pig. You have to look it up, and I'm sure there's recipes online. He, of course, is doing the version of Kahlua pig, which is basically a pulled pork with Hawaiian spices and all this. He talks about even his wife doesn't know how to do it because he doesn't have a recipe, really. He has the family tradition that his parents and his grandparents had taught him. They all do it the same way, and it's a feel and it's by taste and all this. Yep. So she talks about how she can't even learn the recipes, but man, it is some amazing stuff. So, we would call
ran out of food.
Yeah, they ran out of food, and that's the bottom line. They get there, and I'm like, I just want them to do good. I hope they do good. And they ran out of food. I mean, they were supposed to be there till 5. At 3, their day's over because they don't have anything left.
What time did they get there?
They got there at 11, so they're open.
My God,
like 11 to 3, and I mean, it was 10, 12 deep the whole time, basically.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, and they're great people, and yeah, it's cool.
And then I missed the event. I was supposed to be there.
You were supposed to be there. Yeah, everyone was waiting. They're like, "When's Beka getting here?"
Everyone thought.
Right. I have no idea.
I want to know who started this rumor.
It wasn't me. I never told anyone.
I believe it wasn't you.
Right.
I believe you on this one.
I never said that. Yeah.
So and Justine. Always worry about the quiet ones.
Justine, yeah, that's who we're going to blame on this one. It was definitely Justine that did this because she wanted all the glory pouring at Neely.
That's right.
That was definitely it. It was
Justine was there, so it's fun. She's Justine's a hard worker. She comes.
Yeah,
she wants to. I have no idea when I take a vacation. I want to take a vacation, and she wants to come and work. The one day her and I went. We opened the store. And she's like, "What do you want me to do?" And I'm like, "I gotta, do this administrative stuff. I'll be over and help you in a little bit." She's like, "We got to clean up the speakeasy." So I go over to the speakeasy. I mean, everything's torn apart. Everything's moved aside. She's mopping stuff. She's scrubbing down the bar on the sides. And I'm like, I think I'll just get out of the way here.
Justine is actually the best.
Yeah, she is.
Like genuinely just the unspoken hero.
Right.
Correct.
Right. So,
she's just absolutely the best.
Yeah.
I was when you told me Justine, like when I was like, oh my God, am I supposed to be there? And you're like, no, at no point were you supposed to be here. I'm like, okay, I didn't think so.
Right.
And I was like, who were pouring? And you're like, Justine's. I'm like, oh, that's like the best person who could be pour other than you, but you're not going to be pouring for us. You got stuff to do. But other than you, like Justine is like one of the best people to pour for us because she's been around forever.
She knows the story and all that, right?
Yeah, like she knows all the Neely stuff. So like, that's a fantastic person to pour for us.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just hand selected the ones that I knew she'd know the story of, and they're all friends of ours, so it's easy. And that was great. So, yeah, it was cool. And yeah, it was just a special, the way we set it up with the timing and all that. And again, the first time we had an event in the Speakeasy, how many distilleries can you have in there? How many people do you allow to be in the Speakeasy at that time? We came up with, again, it was Darren and I by ourselves, just kind of going over there and like, all right, this will be a distillery here and here. We're laying out where they're going to be. And they were like, how many people we think we could fit here and here? And we came up with 30 at a time and 14 distilleries represented. And that's what we did. I tell you what, I think it's perfect. I don't want to tweak that because I don't want to get too crowded, whether you're talking about distilleries or people. And I think that the timing wise, again, an hour and 45 is enough to have a whole lot of fun. You get to talk to all 14. You get to have a hell of a lot of fun, but you don't want to also make it 2:45 where you're got to get stretchers to take people out of there. So I thought it was good. I thought it was
a nice mix, Steve.
Yeah.
It's a whole host of time to talk to everybody and to get that personal attention, which is what the Barrel Shop brings.
Right.
Is that personal pause and more exclusive attention of that consumer with that distiller or with that person pouring knowing the story. That's important.
Yeah. So
you get feedback from the distillers after, or will
they loved
that filter in?
Yeah. They loved it, and I'll tell you what, we won't talk numbers or anything like that, but I will tell you, we had our best day ever on Saturday. That was the big day with the mini whiskey festival and all that, and we had our best weekend ever. And that's grand opening. There's been some miles. We had a 1-year anniversary party. We've done other things, and this was by far the biggest event that we've ever done. And this is a winner here, and we'll just grow it. I mean, I think of everybody that came there, and there were certainly some people I didn't know that bought the 2-hour festival access tickets. There was new customers coming in that found us because of that. It was on Eventbrite and Facebook and all that. So we got some new folks from that, but for the most part, it's a leap of faith by the people that trust us, that do our events, and are just like, they're doing this. We'll take a chance. We'll go there. And I felt like that was a leap because we never did it before. And to be honest, we didn't know if it's going to work or not. And we're just trying to do our best. And it came through well. And everyone, I think, had a really good time. And I do think that we didn't sell about 20 tickets. And I think next year it's a sellout. I think that we will sell all 90 of our tickets. And so we sold 70, which is a very strong for the whiskey festival thing. But I think next year it's not only going to sell out, I think it's going to sell out quick. I think there's a buzz about it. People had a good time.
So was there, how many people, like, was there a lot of people that you did not know that came to it, or was it mostly people that you did know?
There was probably, out of the 70 that got the whiskey festival tickets, there was probably 15 that was their first time there. They just saw this little mini whiskey festival and bought tickets for it, and that was their first time there. So, and I tried, of course, I'm a big thing into, hey, you make people feel welcome, you make them feel part of the family, and they did that, and they loved it. I think they're new fans. A funny thing too, and this is just a moment, and this is a more about an individual than anything else. We were doing one of the things, again, if you had the weekend pass, you get full access, and we were doing events just for them. So Mini Whiskey Festival ends. This is Saturday. Everybody, of course, is tired, a little bit of downtime and stuff like that. And the store was still open, but we had so many people coming during the day. Again, our biggest day ever. Technically, the store was still open. We would close at 8 o'clock. This was at 7 o'clock, so the store is technically still open. We're doing a panel discussion about Jim Fosdyke, because I wanted to make sure that what doesn't get lost in the fact is the legacy of Jim is forgotten. So we did a panel discussion sharing stories about Jim. It was me, Darren, and Heidi up at the front, and telling stories about Jim. And then we also pulled the audience in and stuff like that. And as we're getting close to wrapping that up, here comes a couple that just walk in, because they're just customers. Never been in. I don't recognize them. That doesn't mean that they've never been in before, but I, of course, leave the front of the room, go out, shake their hands as they come in, and say hello. And they're like, we've never been in here before. It's our first year anniversary. And of course, they're still talking up front. The event is still going on. Darren and Heidi are still talking, and the group's talking and stuff like that. And I stop it and I said, hey, we're big into family. This is their first time here. Let's hear from our group here, a round of applause for them coming in on their anniversary. They all clap and stuff like that. And then they shopped a little bit, and we're buying just our new peanut butter cream thing we got, because they were like, we don't want to disturb this. I'm like, no, we're open. Our hours are now. These are all our friends that are here. You're not angering them by being in there. Like, no, we'll just buy this and get out of here. And then one of our guys, Dave Probst, I'll give Dave Probst credit here. He stood up and said, I'd like to buy a bottle for them. It's their 1-year anniversary, and they're at the ABV Barrel Shop. He bought a bottle for them, an $85 bottle. The guy, then we kind of stopped the event. The guy stood up the bar, tried several things, and then ended up walking out with an $85 bottle that Dave Probst bought for him for his anniversary. So there's an experience for you.
Yeah.
So
Nice,
liquor
Dave.
store? What liquor store are you going to get an experience like that?
right.
None.
That's
Right.
When people ask me, what's this with this ABV Barrel Shop? And I said, folks, go experience it. Go to the website, call down there, figure out something, figure out a way to go through and find it and get down there. I said, I wish it could be a virtual store that could virtual taste and everything like that. It would be amazing to tell the story even more. But I'm like, I can't explain it to you. Like, what do you mean you got a membership group? What do you mean what comes along with this? And I'm like, and you don't have Blanton's? I said, this group, it's like I speak like almost like an employee. I said, no, that's not what we're looking for.
Right.
We're looking for unique experiences, unique bottlings, unique distillers. We're looking for something other than that. Right. And the family aspect of the community that you've created and you and Jim have created and all of this, it's just amazing. And everybody here is part of it. Everybody who's been here has been part of it in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, is the community. It's just a group of good people, and that's a hell of a gesture. Like I said, turns out these people live pretty close. They just hadn't heard of us, and that's not uncommon. I mean, I don't know how you get your name out there. We do social media and all that, but we're not buying ads in newspapers or billboards. We don't have that kind of
baby, word of mouth.
So yeah, we grow by word of mouth, and they happened to find us on that day and came in. And again, Dave Probst is the guy who does it, but I feel like in reality, it's just the community of the ABV Barrel Shop that did it. It's just great people. They're all really good people that hang out with us. So yeah,
just think of the 10 people they just talked to once they got back, especially when they're sharing that bottle of whiskey with about how this happened.
Right.
The story that Dave provided for them through the Barrel Shop is something else. Cheers to you, Dave.
Yeah, that's a
great
really,
job.
really solid.
Back, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. So, yeah, very cool thing. Special weekend. I encourage you guys to be part of it. It'll probably always be the second weekend in July, even though our anniversary date falls on July 9th. That could mean that the closest weekend is the first weekend. We'll never do the first weekend because that's the 4th of July weekend. Big party for everybody. We don't want to step on people's 4th of July plans, and particularly when you're offering something that takes up the whole weekend. We'll never do it that weekend. It'll always be the second weekend of July. So you can lock that in on the calendar and come and be part of the ABV Barrel Shop's 3-year celebration next year. So that is out there. So yeah, just a good time. Thanks to all who were involved helping. We had a whole group, a host of volunteers that helped out behind the scenes, and my mom was there. My mom. This is the ultimate for my mom. She's just chatty, gets to talk to everybody, and she was at the check-in desk. She's like, I don't think I would have. Oh bullshit. She had the best time of her life. Everybody who walked up to the store, whether they're coming into the liquor store side or for the Whiskey Festival event, she gets to say, I'm Steve's mom. Hello. And some of them, these are people that don't even know me, but she's like, I'm Steve's mom. She goes up to the, I'm running around crazy. I'm responsible for everything. And, the food truck people stop me and they're like, oh, we met your mom. I'm like, oh, of course you did. Of course she went down there and had to tell you that, she's my mom. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, she was awesome. My mom loved it. So yeah, she'll be back next year too, I'm sure. So,
that's great.
Check-in desk, yeah. Yeah, so it was funny. So there you go. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Jeff, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You're going to find me making plans to attend the 3rd anniversary next year, but before that, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook, Jeff Andreezy, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
All right, Kathy.
You can find me attending every single birthday party at the ABV
She's
Barrel
there.
Shop. Yep, every year. And Instagram at KK Cast Strength.
All right, Tim.
You can find me looking over Jeff's shoulder on when he's planning to be down at the Barrel Shop in addition to the anniversary party, because we're going to get down there more often. And also on Instagram at SwyGuy2112 and on YouTube at Our Flagship Whiskey.
All right, Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop. It's the place where you can try before you buy. Of course, coming to the anniversary stuff is great. We're here 365 days a year, so check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Hey, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.